Yes, you know what that music means. It means we're a little over 30 minutes away from a UFC event. It's a fight night card. It is out of the Apex, and as you can see, it is going down in San Antonio, Texas, where any MMA event in Texas is obviously going to produce some weirdness. If you watched the viral clip from Fury FC last night, and now they're in the same city, so who the hell knows what is going to happen? But what we do know is that an incredible main event is at the top of the bill between Marlon, Vera, and Cory Sandhagen. Some other interesting bouts on the slate as well. As we welcome you to the People's Pre-Fight Show for UFC San Antonio, I am Mike Keck. We will be here until the first punches are thrown. And joining me in this venture, the baddest stash in MMA, Casey Leydon. There he is.
Not enough room. Got to rehearse these things.
0 for 2. 0 for 2. Oh, man. So we're down to 11 fights. This card should fly by. Like, it should be like it should be a decent card. Main card's pretty solid. Prelims are what they are. Could be a lot of finishes here. I don't know. We'll see. I think we're going to have a lot of weird splitties. That's very possible in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, for the main card, this is a solid fight night with an excellent main event.
It is an excellent main event.
This is in my mind, like, could easily be like a, maybe not easily, but co-main event on pay-per-view. I love this fight so much in terms of the quality of these fighters, the ranking, the stakes. Great main event for a fight night, and 5 rounds, freaking awesome. I'm super pumped. I'm still bummed someone has to lose, but that's the sport.
Hey, it's Texas. You never know. We could be. They could get some weird scorecards.
I had no idea that. So that crazy ref submission or whatever, that was in San Antonio last night.
It was in San Antonio.
Oh wow! It was actually in San Antonio. That's wild. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Super bad.
I don't know if people know about that, but yeah.
Go to MMAfighting.com. It is just unbelievable. Nasty triangle slapped on. Dude that he put the triangle on is clearly unconscious. Clearly unconscious. Everybody in the arena is yelling at the referee to stop the fight because he's asleep. And, of course, the fighter who applied said submission is not going to stop until the ref pulls him off. So he transitions into an arm bar, and the dude's arm looks like it breaks, which wakes him up from unconsciousness long enough for him to tap, and then the fight is stopped. And, like, everybody is yelling at this guy. Alex Morono, the other commentators, people sitting cage side, they're all like, dude, he's out. Stop the friggin' fight. Stop it. And dude just doesn't stop. He's just sitting there just looking at it. Like, what is he looking at? The guy's clearly unconscious.
Yeah, I feel... when I watched the video, there's like a slight... You get why the ref thought he was out, because he was almost like seizuring. So it's like, oh, he's trying to get out, but clearly you're a freaking ref. That's your job. You're not just a dude watching a fight. Like, yeah, it was really bad. And the fact that the guy did he get seriously injured? Do we know? Or his
arm and his shoulder are all banged up. He was in the ER.
Oh, okay.
Carlos Esparza went to Facebook and wrote something about it, because I think the guy who got the submission applied on him was a teammate of hers. Oof. So I'll read what she said. She kind of put up a little bit of an update. Where is it? Okay. I feel so frustrated for my teammate Gianni Vasquez. That was the victim here. First, his opponent missed weight by 2.5 pounds. I actually did not know that. Then this ref puts his health and safety in jeopardy. What we do is already so dangerous, but it's the ref's job to keep us safe. They really messed up big time. This ref, and this is from Colin Oyama. It was a repost from Colin Oyama, who's the coach. This ref needs to lose his job. And also the idiot inspector in my corner who refused to stop the fight even after I asked him to intervene and told him that my guy was out, which is an interesting wrinkle to this. Because of the stupidity of these two, my fighter may have possible fractures in his elbow joint, according to the ER that we went to. It's always funny how athletic commissions are always warning us to act accordingly and show them the respect that they deserve. Respect? The only thing these two commission guys deserve is to get fired. I had to watch my kid get his arm snapped off while neither of you did a damn thing. Hell, I even threw a damn water bottle in there to try and stop the fight. Just because you work for the athletic commission doesn't mean you are above reproach. You both need to be held accountable for your stupidity. That's wild.
Yeah, wow. I hope that makes the rounds, because that's yeah, everything he said is correct. It's even worse now. Now that because the view we saw was, it's just a one camera view, but I was kind of thinking, like, I wonder what the corner was doing, and apparently a very, very, very experienced corner with Carla, and I don't know if Carla was there. It was Carla,
Oyama, yeah.
We're calling Oyama at least. Super highly experienced corner. Newest fighter was out, was trying to stop the fight, and the freaking commission wouldn't let them stop the fight. Oh, yeah. Man.
Like, we got a statement from the commission too, so you can read that on the website, but it wasn't really, it was just a general thing.
And it's one of those things too. If they messed up, they messed up. Just own it. That's all. We get we're not perfect. We get refs aren't perfect, commissions aren't perfect, and clearly this was just a monumental F up. But just go, hey, we screwed up. We screwed up. I don't know. Just own it. That's, I don't know.
I saw somebody tweet out earlier that Frank Collazo, who is the name of the referee, may be judging fights tonight on this UFC card. Not reffing them, thank God. But he should not even be allowed to do anything. But we'll see. I don't know if that's true or not. But if you hear Frank Collazo's name during a splitty, that's the dude. But that was last night. And right down the road, we're going to have this card in a matter of minutes. So this is the People's Free Fight Show. Submit your questions into the chat, and we will discuss. So let's do the damn thing.
What we got here? Let me go through the questions. All right.
What's next for Macy Barber with the win? That would put her on a 4-fight winning streak. What do you think? She beats Andrea Lee. Where does that put her? Because, yeah, it is 4 in a row. I think the Miranda Maverick was the first one, and that was a weird one.
Yeah.
Montana De La Rosa was a nice win, and then she beat Jessica Ai in a fight that she was heavily favored to do so. So this is probably, since the back-to-back losses, this is her toughest fight. This is definitely the toughest fight of her streak. There's no doubt about it. Andrea's still very solid. I feel like a lot of people are just completely counting Andrea out of this fight. Andrea's looked bigger than Macy Barber in the stare down today or yesterday. Mm-hmm. So I think it's an interesting matchup, and a lot of people are just counting out Andrea Lee. So it would be a nice win for Macy Barber if she gets this done. But where would a victory tonight put her?
Just right outside the top 10. I feel she's still probably, even if it wins tonight, maybe 3 more wins away from a serious title contender. But if she goes out and just, 1 round demolishes Andrea Lee, I don't know. I don't expect it to happen. But maybe we might get that Macy Barber that we've kind of been sold for a while, that we saw was, I guess, when she fought Robertson, kind of that, when she just kind of demolished Robertson. But we haven't seen that. Let me look at her. How long ago was that? She lost to Grasso, lost to Roxy. Yeah,
that was a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah,
from the Grasso one.
Yeah,
I think she gets the Jennifer Maia test if she wins this one.
Yeah. Jennifer Maia is that permanent kind of that top 10. If you want to be a future title contender, you got to beat Maia. And last week, Casey O'Neill did not pass that test, and maybe that's who Jennifer Maia is right now. So kind of that I don't know. Every kind of weight class has that kind of, maybe like she's kind of like the Neil Magny of Jennifer Maia being like Neil Magny of female flyweights, where if you want to be a serious contender, you got to beat her. So, but Macy Barber has a very tough test tonight. I'm actually not picking her. I'm actually going with the upset. But if Barber wins, yeah. But I think same thing for Andrea Lee. If she wins, she might get Maia. I think, have they fought before? Maia, Andrea Lee? Maybe like an Invicta.
Yeah, I don't think they fought in the UFC.
Actually, I don't think they fought before.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll see. It's a good
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, it was good. No, actually, great fight. I like it. I like it.
This might be the Macy Barber fight that has flown under the radar the most of like any of her UFC fights. Like once she came in, the UFC pushed her hard. The Roxy fight, she lost. The comeback fight with Grasso, and then even like the Maverick fight, like people were, I mean, it was talked about a lot. This one just kind of feels like it's flying under the radar more than any other Macy Barber fight that I can remember. But it's
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the
I
main
think.
event's so damn good.
Yeah, and I think, and when Barber came around, she was like kind of like the big prospect at women's flyweight, and I think the kind of division kind of moved on. You know, like all that hype has now gone to Grasso being champ, and like say like the Aaron Blanchfields and the Casey O'Neills. So that hype that she had at the beginning just isn't there anymore. So she's only 24 too. I forget
I
that
know.
she's only 20. She's only 24. So she's like there's nowhere she's not even near her prime most likely. So yeah, it's a good fight. I'm excited about it.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Let me see. Oops. Oh, this is the second part of a question, but yeah.
But hey, you never know. Holly can surprise us tonight with a great performance. I mean, this has Holly Holm winning a decision written all over it, does it not? Like that's how I have this fight. Like I'm not saying like Yana Santos couldn't win, but this has Holly Holm winning a close, potentially splitty decision written all over it to me.
I'm picking Holly Holm, but Holly Holm at some point, like, was Holly Holm is 40 now? 41?
41.
41. Wow. Yeah, that's quite the age to be at. Well, but she is essentially. Well, I mean, 135 is basically the heavyweights of women's MMA, so maybe
it's worse. It's worse.
Yeah, I know.
It's worse.
She could be in her prime. Who knows? As far as like that. Yeah, I don't know the thing. I have really no idea what Holly's gonna look like tonight. Honestly.
What do you think of the UFC signing her to a a new 6-fight deal at 41?
Cool.
I think they have to do it, like because
Yeah.
of what we just talked about. Like this division is a barren wasteland right now. There's only like 19 fighters in it, maybe 20. And Holly like might even with Amanda Nunes in there, Holly Holm might. I think Holly Holm's like the biggest star in this division. She's the most known
Oh,
fighter in this entire division.
absolutely. Yeah, and she's still known by casuals. Like you could still put Holly Holm on Good Morning America or something. I don't know, a non-sports show, and I think you could still sell Holly Holm. You know, even more than say like Amanda Nunes. You know, it's just because people just still remember Holly Holm. But yeah,
It's a fight.
It'll
It'll
be
be
a
a
fight.
fight.
It's a fight. I mean, I just don't know where Arena Aldana is. I don't understand. Aldana Pennington should be fighting, or Aldana should be fighting Nunes. There just doesn't 135 just doesn't seem like a division. There seems to be a champ, and there's occasionally other fights. There doesn't seem to be. I don't know. There's like no storyline. Am I wrong? Am I missing?
Very strange.
Yeah,
It's very weird. It's very weird. Like literally, the two biggest storylines in the division are attached to Juliana Pena. It's can Pena get the third fight because she's been calling for it like crazy, and then can we get Pennington Pena because those two friggin' hate each other. So like, I don't know why we're not pulling the trigger on that fight. But last thing on the Holly Holm thing, what really stood out to me, and I don't read the comments that often on the stuff we do on YouTube, but someone comments on BTL and it like struck a chord with me. I was like, oh yeah, that's like the correct answer. Holly Holm, it's something to this effect. Holly Holm is the only fighter that my mom knows by name. That's why she's in the co-main event.
Which is basically what I said. Yeah, about.
So great. I was like, wow, that's a great point. That's
Yeah.
a great defense for it. But yeah, I'm not surprised she's in the co-main event.
No, I'm not surprised at all either. All right. Let's see. I lost that question.
Smoke out. If they were gonna do Cheeto O'Malley 2 before the title, then that would be the fight tonight. Sugar obviously getting winner of Aljo Henry. I mean, that's it. Like, that's what's going to happen. But I mean, if Cejudo's smart, if he wins the belt, like, you're going right to O'Malley. Cejudo's not going to fumble the bag. Like Aljo did. Aljo fumbled the bag. He should have went all in on O'Malley right after he beat TJ. None of this, if the UFC wants to throw me this guy, or this guy, Cheeto pancakes, or this dude. Like, no, just you should have went all in on O'Malley. And then he did the thing where he knew he messed up, and then he started pivoting to O'Malley doing interviews after the fact. But by then it was too late. So now he gets the Cejudo fight. And the best thing that we can all hope for is that Aljo believes that he fumbled the bag enough where that if he beats Cejudo, he just beats feet to 145 and Cheeto wins today. And then we could do Cheeto O'Malley for the vacant belt. Like, that's ginormous. That'd be like the best case scenario for this fight. But I could still see it happening anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely from a UFC perspective, and as far as selling pay-per-views, yeah, that's definitely the ideal way to go.
And you could just slap a phony interim title on it too if you want to. And who cares?
Who cares?
Is Chidi Bang Bang back on track for a title run with a win? He'd be 3-1 in his last 4. Title run? That seems a little bit of a stretch. You can make a very good living just being an exciting fighter that people want to see fight. I don't know if Chidi's fighting for any belts. This is an interesting fight because I'm picking Chidi to win by first round knockout because Albert Duraev is, I don't know if chinny's the right word, but he can get caught. He gets a little reckless on the feet when he decides to strike, and Chidi just takes advantage of that against pretty much anybody who has those discrepancies. But if Albert Duraev decides to just take Chidi down and make him work on the ground, Chidi gets tired, man. Like, he gets tired, and we saw it in the last fight. Duraev could win this one. Like, it would not shock me if Albert Duraev won this fight. I'm picking Chidi to get a quick knockout, but if he doesn't get a quick knockout, if we see the second half of round 2, I would probably take a gander at what the live odds look like for Duraev and maybe sprinkle something on it if you're playing the ponies. But yeah, I don't know if he's on a title, if he was ever on a title run.
I mean, that's a nice thought, but no, he's got quite the way to go. But yeah, it should be a good fight. Yeah, I haven't honestly seen enough from Duraev to know his chances, honestly. But if you're right, if it does go past round 1 and Chidi's gas tank is questionable, especially after round 1, yeah, Duraev has a much better chance to win.
If Chidi wins, you could do Chidi versus CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan. That'd be pretty friggin' fun.
Yeah, that's a good fight. Who did Never mind. Sorry, I was thinking that's way too far ahead. I was like, who did Duplessis beat? That was Brunson, but that's too far. Too big.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Back to the co-main event, real quick.
Holly Holm is fighting Yana Santos tonight. If Irene Aldana rematch against Raquel Pennington gets scheduled, who has the best chance of challenging Amanda Nunes for the 135-pound title next to the win? I don't know. Like, I would just give Aldana the title shot at this point. I would just wait. Like, if they're gonna go to Mexico City in September, which this is not done by any stretch of the imagination, but it is being discussed right now. They are trying to plot this out to see if they could do it. You throw Aldana Nunes on that card. Like, that's where you do the fight. And if it's going to be in September, what's it, March right now? This division is what it is. Let Pennington fight Pena, and Holm can fight somebody else, and we'll see if this division kind of like figure itself out. Like, if Miesha Tate wins her next fight, we could do Miesha versus Holly. Like, we could do that rematch. That's a big friggin' deal.
Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that. That'd be an awesome rematch. That's a great rematch for like that's a main event fight night rematch right there.
Sure,
That's
for sure.
absolutely yeah.
Because that fight was great.
Do it again, 5 rounds. Yeah, that'd be awesome actually.
But I would just give
completely
Aldana a
forgot
title
about
shot
Tate.
right now.
Actually, I completely forgot about Tate. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish this whole Aldana Pennington thing doesn't need to happen. Nunes Aldana, make it happen. If it can happen in Mexico, cool. I really think the UFC is gonna have a hard time getting Amanda Nunes to fight in Mexico City though.
Yeah.
But
Well, then just do Aldana first. Then, like, just do Aldana first, and if she wins the belt,
yeah.
then Aldana can defend. You know, maybe Nunes gets a rematch, and they could do it in Mexico City. That's fine.
Yeah.
Or Aldana fights Pennington for the title. I just don't want to see Aldana in another like. When Aldana was ready to fight for the belt before, they threw her in there with Holly Holm, and Holly Holm had like the best performance of her career outside of the Ronda fight. And Aldana was all coveted up and not feeling well. And Aldana Pennington's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. Pennington can win that fight, and then you just knock her out of title contention because it's going to take her a while to get back. So just pull the trigger on Aldana getting a title fight.
Yeah, and the Aldana Holm fight I hated because even when Holm won, then she just fought Vera and then Vera won. So like they keep doing these matchups where they just kind of the number 3 beats the number 2, so there's no solid contender. So we're like, who's gonna fight Amanda Nunes? So it winds up being Julia Pena somehow. It's just
we need an emerging star at 135
yeah.
badly.
Yeah. All right. Yes.
I figured. Who y'all got in Alex Perez versus Manel Kape? Gee, Casey, I wonder who you are going to pick.
I'm going for Manel Kape. Alex Perez is obviously a very talented flyweight, but he ain't Manel Kape. I've been on the Manel Kape hype train ever since I saw him win the title in Ryzen. I understand he had a couple of setbacks when he entered the UFC octagon for the first couple of times, but I think his time is now, and he'll look great tonight, and then he'll fight another top 5 fighter after this, and then he'll eventually fight for the title. So I'm big on Manel Kape, but Alex Perez is a very very tough opponent. I like to fight.
I mean, I can't say it any better. You can't count Alex Perez out of this.
No.
A lot of people are already just taking the shovel out and they're digging dirt already for Alex Perez, and they're pouring out their bottles of liquor for old AP. But Perez is tough, man. He's tough out. This is one of those fights where Perez can come through and shine. But I am picking Manel Kape to win this fight. I think Kape can kind of lure him into the kind of fight like that. I think that was pretty smart of Manel to kind of get Alex fired up at the face-off yesterday. Maybe Perez will come out a little wild, and that's just the kind of fight Kape wants. But Kape's actually pretty good on the ground too. Like, he's a little sneaky down there. So yeah, it's a great fight. This should be the co-main event. There's so much. The stakes are higher in this fight to me, and it's just a good one. So I'm going Manel Kape, but Perez is a dog, man. I love this fight. This is excellent matchmaking.
Absolutely good matchmaking. All right, what we got here?
Do you think Paulo Costa is really making $1 million per fight, or do you think he said that meaning Brazilian real, which would be just under 200K per fight? I don't know if I believe either of those numbers, if we're being honest. And I don't think we're ever going to know the answer to that question unless Paulo Costa fights in California. Then we'll actually get the answer to that question because they actually disclose pay in California. So can we please book Paulo Costa's next fight in California? I would love that because I would love to see what his actual pay is. But I mean, it's not all of it because those disclosed pay is not all. It very rarely ever paints the picture, but I don't think he's making $1 million per fight. I don't think that's true.
Is any outside of McGregor, obviously, is any non-champion guaranteed $1 million per fight? Am I forgetting somebody?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm sure he's doing fine because he's making what, 7? He disclosed himself, said he was making 7. They offered him to fight Rob Whittaker at 75 and 75. So I'm sure he's making at least double that.
I would hope so.
So, maybe it is the Brazilian number, where it's just under 200K. Maybe it's like 175, 175. I could see that being somewhat accurate.
Was he a free agent, or did he still have fights left? And he
had one fight left in his deal, but I think there was like a ticking clock on it, kind of like with Ngannou.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, I don't know if the UFC had to match an offer or anything from another promotion.
Yeah, I don't think he officially went into free agency, but yeah, he's happy there. I mean, he would have been an interesting PFL grab or an interesting Bellator grab, getting that guy in the roster, but sticking with the UFC.
All right.
Do they do the Chimaev fight with him? Is that do you go there right away and go Hamzat? He wants
85. It. I like it. Makes a lot of sense.
Give Costa what he wants. He wants Chimaev or Strickland. Either of those two work for me. But Chimaev, that'd be a good, because you don't want to give Chimaev a title fight right away. No. It wouldn't shock me if they did. But if you throw him in there with Paulo and he just ravages Paulo, then you can give him a title fight right away if you want.
And if Costa beats Chimaev 85,
that's huge.
There'll be so much buzz on him. Heck, maybe you could just throw him in a title fight right after that against the winner of Izzy Alex too. Who
do you think wins that fight? How do you think that fight plays out? Is that a close fight, you think?
Dang. I'm gonna go Izzy because he's the better MMA fighter, but
is he? Oh no, I meant Costa Chimaev.
Oh, sorry, Costa Chimaev. Costa Chimaev. Man, Costa's a big 85er, and Chimaev will be a normal size 85er now.
I don't know I don't know about that.
You're right. Yeah.
Chimaev's a monster. He is huge.
He was a big 85er and a gigantic welterweight. Yeah. He's like, ooh, geez. I don't know. I love that fight. I can't wait to the face off. I want to see them kind of both talk trash to each other in kind of broken English. I like that fight a lot. I'm gonna go with Chimaev. I'm gonna just go with the wrestling, but I think it'll be a dog fight though.
My gut tells me Chimaev just runs him over, but I'm not sure. A lot of people are telling me you might want to pump the brakes on that, but they have me thinking about it a little bit more. But that's just my gut tells me. I haven't really looked into the matchup.
Who's ran over Costa outside of Izzy? Outside of Izzy, that's what I mean. And that was all stand up, so it's gonna be a much different fight. I don't know. But it's the fight you want to see, right?
I mean, look. I think that's probably the fight to make at this point.
Yeah, because I think that's the fight that I think Chimaev needs to kind of prove. Not that means anything, of course, but
just think about it. They did Jones-Stipe, this international fight week. Jones-Stipe, Leon versus Colby or Masvidal, and then Hamzat versus Paulo Costa is the featured bout. Holy cow, that's a massive pay-per-view. That's a massive card.
Okay.
What else we got?
Actually, this is kind of interesting.
What happens to Holm if she loses again?
I guess so. She went 2-fight losing streak. I thought she beat Vera, but regardless, it wasn't a robbery. Great fight. Yeah, it wasn't a robbery. I just
I don't know, man. I mean, that's a problem, dude. There's nobody here. I mean, she could fight Misha either way. If she loses and Misha, even if Misha beats Mayra Bueno Silva or loses, you could still do that fight. Like the clock's ticking at that point if Misha loses. So that's probably would be my answer either way, is just to run that one back. But I mean, there's just nobody. There's nobody. Julia Avila is going to probably come back this year. So there's one name. We have, jeez Louise, this is a barren wasteland. Aldana Chiasson, who has trouble making the weight.
Yeah.
There's Pani Kianzad, Carol Hosa, Bueno Silva, which could be another interesting name for Holly if she loses this fight. Bueno Silva goes from Tate to Holm. Josiane Nunes, if she is a bantamweight now, she's just fun. Stephanie Egger. Then there's Chelsea Chandler, who's like more of a featherweight than a bantamweight. And then we have Stoliarenko, Jessica Rose Clark, Jocelyn Edwards, Tamiris Vidal, Lucy Pudilova. Like that's the whole division. That's the whole division. Santos, Avila, Bia Malecki, who hasn't fought in a while. That is the entire UFC women's bantamweight division right there. That I just ran off like 21 names. That's insane.
Yeah, it is wild how that was the marquee division, and now it is just a wasteland. It is like that was a division that can main event pay-per-views easily, but not anymore. Not like you're now barely can main event, barely co-main events fight nights now.
Like who's Invicta have at bantamweight right now?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna see if I can. All right, we'll pull up the next question, but I'm gonna look up and see like who is actually at 135 for Invicta, because they need to start pulling these women up.
But think about it, like outside of the UFC, there's no other major MMA organization that even has a women's 35 division. PFL doesn't have 35. Bellator doesn't have 35. I'm pretty sure. I don't think one does. I don't think one goes that high as far as women fighting. Ryzen never does 35. It's just UFC is the only home for women at 35 in the world right now.
Yeah, Talita Bernardo is the champion at 135. Yeah, they need to get some bantamweights.
All right. All right, a little bit about the main event before we go to predictions.
How big of a setback is it if Sandhagen loses to another elite of the bantamweight division? It's not good. It's not good if he loses this fight.
Yeah, I believe Sandhagen has a lot more to lose tonight than Vera does.
For sure. I would agree with that 100%.
Oh, obviously it'll be, was it Sandhagen's case? So he's coming off the win over Yadong. Solid competitive win. He did get the finish. It is weird though, yeah.
Maybe I mean, he's just gonna fight. He's gonna fight these absolute murderers coming up. He's gonna have to fight. If Adrian Yanez beats Rob Font, that's an option. Font Sandhagen's a fun fight. I would watch the hell out of that. Ricky Simone, if he wins his next fight, is a good one.
Who's Simone fighting? Who's Ricky Simone set up against?
He's Song Yudong.
Oh, Song Yudong. Okay,
that's a great fight. Could be sacrificed to Umar potentially if they don't go Umar Marab, which could happen. It would not surprise me if that's the direction the UFC wants to go. Jonathan Martinez coming off a good win. Gutierrez, if he beats Pedro Munoz, I mean, that's kind of where he's at. He's just going to have to fight one of these guys on the come up.
Yeah, it doesn't get, there's no, he's at a point in his career in the rankings, like if you lose, you just get like a super incredibly tough fight off someone who's just on the way up. So, man.
Or we get the student versus the mentor almost. Sandhagen versus Dominic Cruz. I would love that fight. That would just be so fun to watch. But that might be the only chance we get it. So that'd probably be like the best case scenario for him. Otherwise, he just has to fight. And he already took a step back and finished Song Yudong. So, yeah. But Ricky Simone, Umar, Yanez, Font's a good one. I mean, there's still fun fights for him. But as far as his title aspirations, he's going to have a lot of work to do. I don't think he's like the door's completely closed behind him, but the road is very long.
Yeah.
If he loses this fight.
Oh man. All right.
It's a great fight. Oh, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just yeah. All right.
What else we got? The broadcast has started. No fights yet.
No fights.
Not even no intro packages for the first fight yet.
Looking for
Who has the better back tattoo, Cheeto or Sandhagen?
What was Cheeto's back tattoo? Let me look that up. Well, I'm gonna go with Cheeto mostly because Sandhagen went on the record as hating his back tattoo. Did you see that video?
That's a great one. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
He said he got it when he was younger, and he's like, oh, just a big. He's like, I forget about it because I can never see it.
Yeah, I'll go with Marlon Vera. And you can get more details about his back tattoo at MMAfighting.com.
Yeah, I don't think Sandhagen would take offense to that.
There you go. Secret Juice or Prime? Like doing the watch parties. I have access to a lot of Prime beverages. The Prime energy drink is something else, man.
Is it caffeinated?
I don't know what's in it, but it's magical. Like it's magical. It's delicious, and like it legit like gets you fired up. Like you are ready to run through a wall after drinking a Prime energy drink. And that never does, like those drinks never really, like they give you like a little bit of a jolt, and I think it's mostly mental, but man, those Prime energy drinks, I'm ready to go. If there's a car that goes to like 4 a.m., I'll just drink like a half of a second Prime energy drink and I'm ready to go. That's a good time. So I'm on Team Prime for this one.
I'm Team Secret Juice. Oh, Secret Juice. I'm honestly at the point of Prime where like I don't even try it out of principle. Now I'm just like, no, I just refuse to.
The energy drink is so good. It's a good time.
I gotta admit though that the little marketing little graphic that comes out with Logan and KSI and the giant bottles dancing on the screen. All right, it's cute. That's cute. Where is it?
We're getting close to the first fight, so if we have another question, we'll go there. What do you make of the recent images coming out showing Alex Pereira 3 weeks out from his fight cutting weight already? I bet this is probably something he's done for all of his fights. Wouldn't be stunned.
Yeah. Maybe it's Pereira playing mind games too. We don't know. We don't know if that was shot right now. That could have been from his last camp. And
that's Pereira, a great point.
Yeah, you don't know, dude. Pereira. Did you see the video of Pereira? A video of him doing a watch along of Izzy doing a watch along of the Volk. Dude, Pereira's got some next level trolling. Like I'm not prepared for it. It's so good.
Incredible. Yeah, that was great stuff.
A watch along of a watch along.
That was great. Nope, I dug that a lot.
My favorite moment though is like I can't remember what happens. Like the screen kind of glitches or something, or the camera moves, and so it's not on Izzy, and then Pereira just goes, huh? Just like that, just goes, huh? And then, just like 1 second, and then he goes back.
Oh, that's the best. Oh, that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Yeah, but I don't make much of it because you could be right. You don't know when that picture is taken. They could have just posted that at any time.
Yeah, and there's like you can do small weight cuts. He could be doing, is he just in there for 10 minutes, just kind of flush the system out? And we just don't know. It doesn't mean very much, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's some fighters it's good marketing. It's a weight at a time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good. It's smart though because gets people already talking about your fight.
100%. All right, first fight's about to start. Shall we? Unless there's another question that just jumps off the page.
Is AK off for his birthday? Yes, he is off for his birthday. He was supposed to be here, but he had reservations at TGI Fridays, so he's enjoying. They're singing him happy birthday right now. So if you do see AK out in the streets, make sure you sing to him. He loves that song. Can't get enough.
He may be on the post fight show, but he's doing the boxing, the Benavidez Plant card tonight, so he'll be on duty for that. So follow his work, MMAfighting.com. Yeah. Do we have bonus predictions, Casey?
Fight of the night, the main event. There's no way that's not gonna get an award or a bonus somehow, some sort of performance bonus tonight. I think it will be fight of the night. Other performance bonus will go to Nate Landwehr because, come on. And the other performance bonus will go to Manel Kape.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, Manel Kape.
We've been on the Manel Kape train since he was Manel Kape. That's how long we've been on the train for. Main event's just an easy pick for fight of the night. I'm almost torn to just go off the board and go Landwehr Lingo as fight of the night, but I think the main event's gonna just be incredible. So, main event, fight of the night. I'm going Manel Kape. I'm going Chidi and Jokwani, although I am not confident in the Chidi pick because he could definitely lose. But I have a lot of finishes. I think I have 7 out of the 11 fights being finished. That's what I have.
Ooh, I only have 5 finishes on mine, but cool.
All right, so I'm going Chidi first round knockout in that fight.
I'm also going Chidi first round knockout.
I'm going Manel Kape first round knockout.
Manel Kape first round knockout.
I'm going Andrea Lee decision. Just because, look, I have to be different, okay? I can't just pick the same as everybody else. I have to make a move somewhere. This is my spot to make a move, and I'm not confident in it. But this is my MMA Fighting official Fighting Picks crew pick. Andrea Lee by decision, not confident, but this is my chance to make a move. But I think you're with me on this one, are you not?
Andrea Lee decision. So we're 3 for 3, same pick.
I have Nate Landwehr, third round TKO.
Ooh, I'm going Landwehr decision though.
Yeah, that could be. It could be a sub there too, but I don't know. I think I wanted to pick sub. I went with TK. I don't know why. Holm decision might be the most confident pick I have on this entire card.
Death taxes, Holm by decision.
And this is a full vibes pick, and I talked about it on the preview show yesterday. Marlon Vera decision.
Ooh. In a fight of the night, Cory Sandhagen, round 4, TKO.
Wow.
But it will be a spectacular 4 rounds to get there.
Damn. If he knocks out Marlon Vera, that would be something. That would be something.
I'm still super. I think personally, I looked at our rankings on the staff. I had the biggest gap between Sandhagen and Vera. Some people, they're either they're kind of I don't know, they're 1 apart or maybe 2 apart, or Vera was 1 spot ahead of Sandhagen. I think I had Sandhagen 2 or 3 spots ahead of Vera. And I love Vera, but I still believe in Sandhagen. I just think this is the night he kind of puts it all together, and we see that the full potential. Because I still believe Cory Sandhagen, and I love Marlon. I just don't. I feel bad even saying Cheeto will lose because Cheeto's so freaking awesome and so exciting to watch, and just unhuman the way he can not show damage.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if either guy gets a finish, it's going to be really impressive. These 2 guys do not get finished very often.
Nope.
Vera's never been finished, and Cory's only been finished once, right? Just the Sterling one.
Got caught early, and it happens.
Yeah, 2 guys are very tough to get out of there. All right, you can hit the music. We are about a minute into the first bout of the evening. Flyweight. So the team flyweight unders, get excited. Victor Altamirano versus Vinicius Salvador. And then guess what? We get another flyweight fight right after that between CJ Vergara and Daniel Da Silva. So couple flyweight bouts kicking us off, and these dudes are just throwing hammers at each other. So we'll be back after the card ends to recap what should be a glorious main event between Marlon, Vera, and Cory Sandhagen. And we'll take some questions. We'll recap all of UFC San Antonio. Maybe Dana White will speak to the media. Maybe he'll have some things to say. We'll find out. Enjoy the fights, everybody. We'll see you later on.